Hey, Nathan.
I'm back.
Alright. Do you see anything, Nathan? Because I'm not seeing anything on my preview screen. I started the stream while you were gone, and I'm still not seeing it pop up. Do you have it up?
Yeah, I have your page up.
This is just the thumbnail. Hey there, Ed. You all seeing the screen or anything? I'm just seeing the thumbnail.
Yeah, that's all I see.
Alright, I'm going to stop it and start it again, because it just says... Just says starting. Just says starting. That's all it ever says.
Well, I hope everything fares well for you, Nathan.
I don't think they can hear us.
Here's a fine, but I don't.
This, we'll try a different server and see what that does. Starting. Here we go. I think this is it now.
Hey, there we go.
Welcome in, guys. We had a little bit of an issue getting started. Not really sure what was up with that. But I had to switch over to a different YouTube streaming server, and it seems like we're now up, so yippee-ki-yay. I see Nathan saying that he's getting some rain from Irma. Hope everything holds out for you. I don't know. Don't know what's going to happen with that, but we're going to do a combination of things today. I decided that somebody had asked if we were going to put any seed in the ground anytime soon, and I started thinking, you know what? Maybe we should put some seed in the ground to start our wheat or one of our grain crops growing. We do have decent temperature, so we're going to go ahead and fertilize field 13, and we're going to put oats in field 13. That's going to be our field that we're going to get wheat, or not wheat, but straw for our cow farm. So we're going to put oats in field 13. We're going to spray it with fertilizer. Then we got a couple cultivators. So we're pretty much going to work on field 13 today and see how far we get. We might finish it up. We take a hard left here.
All right. Street. Okay.
Is that what it is? Hey, country girl, how are you doing?
Hey, country girl.
Are you, I guess you're not evacuating then, Nathan. Oh, that'll make it handy. No, that's not a real grain bin. That's a fake one. Oh, I'm doing good.
Doing good. How are you?
Sorry we didn't hook up last night, Jonathan, with the multiplayer server over on Delta Bravo's side. I was in there for a little bit by myself, so I got some animal care done, and I got kind of tired of doing animal care with a delay. So, well, I hope you all are well prepared. Do you all have a generator? All right, you ready? Let's hit to it.
Get busy.
And I kind of feel like I'm driving this field backwards.
Yeah, you are.
I always go the other way.
Yes, you do.
Is that something that you noticed? As in,
we're gonna be turning right now instead of left.
is that something that you noticed that I do, or is that just what most
No, I
people
know
do?
that you do it. That's pretty much how I do it too. I always go counterclockwise for some reason.
Okay. Okay. Well, I tell you, I joke with people at work all the time because we had a derecho come through here several years ago. That's that windstorm. I never heard of one until we had one fly through here, and I think it's like just very directional, very focused wind, and it was a pretty vicious thing that flew through here. Took out power for a whole bunch of people for a whole long time.
Wow.
We didn't have power for. We were lucky. We only lost power for about 16 hours. But I got a guy at work who didn't have power at his house for a week.
Wow.
So I bought a generator right after that happened.
Yep.
And we've not lost power since. So
that's the way it usually goes.
Yeah. Now, if you're in hurricane territory, that probably won't work for you. But I tell people, if you want to guarantee you'll never be without power, buy a generator. And they say, yeah, because you can turn it on. It's like, no, because you'll never lose power ever again. Because you're prepared. It's just like we bought a snowblower, and the first year we used it because we had like 3 feet of snow.
Yeah.
I haven't used it since because it's only been like little dustings.
Wow. The way it works.
I'm doing good, country girl. Sorry I missed your stream earlier. Glad you could come on in. And then I was seeing today that there's another big storm coming right behind this one.
There's
But
3 of them out there, ain't there?
Unless the new one popped up, I only know 2.
There's one behind Irma, and there's one coming up the Gulf, going into Mexico.
Ed said he had a tornado come through. Oops, his area in Canada a couple years ago.
Knock on wood, I've never got caught in one storm that bad.
Yeah, I know this is a monster storm. It's gonna basically the entire state's gonna be gone, or not gone,
yep.
but
Devastated.
affected.
Yep.
So we'll be thinking about you. So like I said earlier, I think we're going to basically work in this field today. We've already bought a couple cultivators. I've never used the Bendar cultivator that's with the big bud pack, so we're going to use that. And then I got a couple really nice John Deere seeders we're going to use. We're going to put oats in this field tonight.
Get it growing.
Yep. Fabio says the new Pleasant Valley version 3 is coming next Friday.
Nice.
Well, I have not played that map, but there's another 16. I think Pleasant Valley 16X, right? Or is it just an 8X? I know it's supposedly bigger than 4.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's a new 16X map that's hit called something like Corn Belt. So it's supposed to be kind of the American Corn Belt, kind of just like this map, but
yep.
as far as an area, but it looks nothing like this map.
What's it called? Corn Belt?
Well, it's German.
Ah.
It's another one of those American German maps.
Ah, gotcha.
Things aren't really written in German, but it's named German something.
Gotcha.
It's the German equivalent of Corn Belt. But you know how it is to decorate and do up a 2x map.
Right.
So obviously a 4x map is a lot more real estate than a 2x map. And a 16x map is significantly more real estate.
Yep.
So it's not really decorated up. It's not really detailed. You know, there's not really a town per se.
Right.
There's just some farms.
Farmland.
And a huge amount of fields.
Are you GPSing it?
No.
Okay.
I'm just kind of free-flooring it. One of the fields is 600 hectares.
Wow.
And it's got a mission on it. It's got missions enabled. You never do a mission on a 600 hectare field. Your harvester will run out of gas before you finish.
Well, I've never had that happen.
I did a mission on a big field on a map called Saxonia.
Yeah.
It's a German map, and the version I was doing had a really big field. It was probably like, I don't know, 150, 200 hectares or something.
Wow.
And I just set up GPS.
Right.
And went to bed because it said it was going to take like 9 hours to finish.
Oh my God.
Okay? I got up in the morning and I had like 50 liters of fuel left, and I had a third of the field left to do.
Oh my goodness.
And, you know, you can't refuel it.
No. If you leave, it's you forfeit the mission.
Right. So it was impossible to do that mission because there was no harvester that would have enough fuel before running out. So it would be impossible to do a harvest mission on something like that.
Right.
But the payout was $48 million.
Oh my goodness.
And it was something like 5,000 minutes.
Wow.
Country Girl says, how many fields do we have on this map? We have 54 fields on this map. Loads for me. I was in it earlier, Fabio. I had the GTX pickup truck, which goes about 100 miles an hour, and I had it floored. And if you look at the PDA, my little dude was barely moving.
Wow.
16X is ridiculous. It's even ridiculous for like a multiplayer, because I think you would have. I mean, you would easily have. You could easily have 16 guys on that big field harvesting, and you'd probably be harvesting for days.
Oh man, that's got to be intense.
Because you'd have 8 guys running the harvester and 8 guys running semis, I bet.
Right.
To keep the thing
to the edge.
To keep the thing unloaded, and I was in a train, and I was riding the train around, and after about 20 minutes I got bored because I hadn't gotten back to the starting point.
Oh my goodness.
Would a really detailed semi, what do you mean by semi, like as in a small map, or a semi as in a truck? Because I think map making and vehicle mod making are completely different beasts.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, you said a truck.
Truck.
I would say that they're completely different. I don't know if you could really compare the two. I've never even tried to make a vehicle.
Not from scratch, I haven't.
Yeah. I mean, there's people that have taken, it's pretty easy to take a Giants model from the game,
right,
and customize that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like what you did with your semi, where you took the whole body apart in Blender, which is a 3D modeling app.
Yeah, well, it was Maya.
Yeah.
But
Maya.
Pretty much same
right.
Same concept.
Right.
But yeah, I just pulled the body off of it and dropped it into Maya and put the paint job on it.
Now, to a lot of the degree, a truck or a vehicle, you're going to be using or even a building that you import into the map. You're going to use a modeling program to model the building or the truck.
Right.
And then at some point you import it into the editor to do all the game stuff. Downloaded it from maru.net or Maru, however you want to put it. Maru. Run into me, I saw that. Alrighty. You know what, while we're here, we might as well do some of these little pig fields.
Aight.
Oh, that ought to be exciting to do a 4X map based on Florida. Some of the rural country areas of Florida.
Oh yeah.
Alright, there's a field directly behind me.
Right.
I'm going to hammer out this is the square field. This is the only square field on the map.
I'll get this one on the other side.
It's not really even square. It's kind of it's got a little corner cut out of it.
I'll go over here and do this one.
The guys that made this map started doing some map tutorial videos. There's lots of map tutorial videos out there, but I think that would be cool, a Florida map. Would you have like a little section that was like the what do you call the marsh down there, the swampy area?
I'm not sure. What are you talking about? You talking to me or him?
Talking to Nathan.
Oh.
Yeah, it is. Fabio, it's that nasty uploaded.net website that lots of people over at Maru like to use, but that's where I got it from. It loads up just fine. If you got it from somewhere else, you probably got it from somebody that basically grabbed the download and just reposted it, which I have to say is a pretty dangerous thing because you never know what the person may or may not have done to it. The download I got was a RAR file, RAR. It was 711 megs, and it had the map zip, and it had some other zip files in it for the Castor food mod that's in it. There's also like a crude oil. There's like oil pumps, which is a little odd because I didn't think the Corn Belt was oil rich. That's more like Texas.
Yep.
But there's some oil pumps that makes crude oil, and then there's like an oil refinery that I think you can make gas at. So there may be some mods that relate to that production. I would say map making is definitely not. I wouldn't say it would be easier than making a vehicle. In fact, I think if you look at how many vehicles or pieces of equipment there are out there, I would almost think that making a vehicle would be easier than a map. Because a map, you're kind of starting from nothing, and it's all your vision. I played with map making idea once. I got about 40 hours into it and realized that my imagination was far more than my talent could ever do. Or basically, I don't know. Maybe my imagination was limited. I don't know. Basically, I got to the point where I had the main farm laid out with buildings and stuff, and got to the point of needing to, put the finer points in.
Right.
You know, the bushes, the shrubs, the trees, the little incidentals that are scattered around.
Right.
And I basically had the equivalent of a writer's block.
Oh man.
I was like, okay, here's a bush. Where would I put it? I don't know. I asked myself, where would it look good? I don't know. Which bush should I use? I don't know. I just said, oh well, forget this.
Use an assortment.
You know,
plant them all over the place.
You know, so if somebody says, well, draw something, and I'd probably say, well, what do you want me to draw? It doesn't open like that. You have to actually open the gate.
Well, that one's not. Well, some of them don't have collision. I was kind
of
thinking
why there's a gate here, and there's no fence?
It's beyond me. You're trying to run me over again, ain't you?
All right. I think I did these fields. No, you helped me with some of these fields, didn't you?
Yeah, pull the map up and see what's fertilized and what's not. 13, 5, 14, 15 is fertilized.
Yeah, we've pretty much got it.
And you're on 15 right there, ain't you?
No, we're on 9.
You're on 9, yeah. Yeah, 9 is not fertilized yet.
Yeah, there is a problem with truck mods. And lots of the trucks look really great on the outside, but if you go into first person, they look like nothing to write home about. Or they have the super gloss showroom finish and never get dirty.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your we would call that a learner's permit, I think, up here in Virginia.
Yep, same down here. Well, good luck with that learner's permit. Don't hit nothing.
That's right. Pay attention. Don't worry about your phone beeping.
Right. Turn the phone off.
I had a similar problem when I was trying to find a decent semi truck for Serenity Valley. I never found a decent truck that I liked until I stumbled upon this truck. This is the road train. Do you usually drive first person or third person?
Me, I'm third.
Okay. When you get to a point where you can drive, jump in cab.
Yeah, just one you can adjust the mirrors and everything on.
Yeah, there's a boot print on the dash. I just love it.
Cool.
It's a little boot print, but it's funny.
I mean, it's a big field. Goes all over the place, don't it?
Oh, field 9 just meanders all around.
Seeing that now.
Chris Webb, how did you say to turn the red lights on the map? There is a mod called Map Amblin or Amlin or something like that. When I downloaded the version 2 of this map, it was in a required mods zip. And that is the mod that basically makes the traffic lights work. It's called Map Amblin, AMBLIN or something like that. Well, don't get discouraged, Nathan, because the guy that made this map started making this map before FS17 came out. It was originally designed for 15, and then 17 came out, so he basically converted it over to 17. And it still took a year after 17 came out to get to this point. And it's still technically not done. So don't be discouraged. Sometimes I see maps even hit the mod hub, in the in-game mod hub, and it's pretty clear that they did not have a lot of testing done to them because they still have some issues.
Yeah, it definitely takes a lot of testing when you're making a map.
Yeah, I think you got people that consider themselves speed mappers.
Yeah.
And they just pound them out, but what they pound out is something that's like 80% done.
Right.
Well, the new, well, the West Coast map, this is a good example. So Bullet Bill, who's been working on the West Coast, the map that just came out for PC called the West Coast, I think he was working on that back in, originally started working on it for FS15. And never finished it up until just now.
I'm going to tab out a minute. I'm going to give him a link to a guy that can help him out.
Alright, let me do something because I don't think you'll be able to link it.
Get one of my channels up here.
Alright, hold on. I need to add you as a moderator. Otherwise, you won't be able to
put a link in?
Yeah. Alright, now you're a mod.
Alright.
Oh yeah, Shy Wizard. I hear people talking about his tutorials all the time.
Yeah, he's really good. And if you don't know it, he'll figure it out. They've been doing it a long time.
So there you go, Nathan. That's a.
Check him out, Nathan. He's taught me quite a few things.
That's a highly.
Yeah, he's gotten me through a bunch of stuff. You're welcome. Good luck.
And you know, it might be. Giants makes it ridiculously easy to export, like Goldcrest Valley or the other map.
Right.
You know, so do you think it'd be easier just to start by tweaking an existing map?
Yeah, that would be probably wise. If you have Giants Editor, you can go into Giants Editor, just open up Giants Editor by itself, and you can actually open mod from game. There's an option in there that you can open up a mod right from the game. It'll go right to that directory, in the game directory, and it's got a whole list of everything that's in that Goldcrest Valley map. And you can pull out each piece individually, or you can just import the entire map. There's a little section up here I'm gonna get.
All right. I'm gonna head down here and get.
If you open up like Goldcrest Valley and play around with it, look at the XML file, look at the map 01 XML, and there's a couple things in there. You know, when I first started, I tried to remove a couple of shelters right there where you start the game at, and I go back and reload the game, and they're still there. They're actually placed with the XML, so you have to actually go in there and remove them from the XML in order to really get them out of the map. So it's kind of tricky. Once you learn the basics, you know, you should be able to get through it. Where'd you go, Klein?
I'm over here on field 11. I'll be done before you get here.
Okay.
So I'll just
what field do you want to hit next?
There's 10.
10?
10 is behind you.
See how I can get over there. That's that little field, ain't it?
Yeah. And then 8's behind it. 10's the one that's got that water thing in the middle.
Oh, okay. That's on the other side of the bushes here. Tree line.
Hey, Hendry, how you doing?
Hey, Henry. Hendry. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, he's from Africa.
Oh, there's a gully right there. I don't know if I can get through that or not. Oh yeah, we got this.
Yeah, 10 will take like one circle and you're done.
Yeah. Eight's not too big either.
Yeah, Ed, this is one of the reasons why I really like this map, is these fields are just, I call them advanced fields. They're not fields where you just pull up to a corner, hit H and jump off and go do something else.
Is that free water?
I don't know if that's when I tried to
any water. Yeah, I don't think any water in this map is
oh yeah, I don't think there's a water trigger or whatever you call it. I mean, look at this. We got some pretty steep grades we're working here. Alright. You're going to do 8. I'm going to go jump over here and get 7.
Alright. Yeah, let me get done with 9 and I'll jump over and hit 8.
Fabio wants to know about my frames. Well, we missed a section.
I did.
Right here.
Oh, I sure did. I see it now. Well, get it for me while you're there.
So I'm getting 30 to 40s. 50s. So I've got a GTX 960, Fabio, as far as a graphics card.
I think that's the same one I'm using.
Somebody left a comment on one of my map videos saying that I should basically say if a map requires high-end hardware or not. And I told him that I would like to do that. That sounds fine, but I don't know how I'd necessarily know if it requires high-end hardware or not. And I don't know if I even would classify as having high-end hardware to begin with. So I kind of consider it kind of medium hardware. The 960 when I bought it wasn't the latest thing out there. It was, I think the 980 was the latest thing out there when I bought this card. And then the 1080 and the 10 whatever was after that came out later. So I would say this isn't a necessarily a high-end card.
Yeah, there are definitely higher ones out there now, because I've been wanting to get the one that does the VR.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Anything above 10 I think at 980 and above will do VR.
So I'm also running with custom high graphic settings. So if I drop this down, I could probably get better frames.
What kind of CPU you got? You got an i5, right?
i5 6600K, but it's running just stock. I'm not overclocking it. All right, Ed, that's great. Glad you joined up over with Three Dudes.
Nice.
Duck Zorly is busy setting up the multiplayer server, and we're kind of trying to get some stuff figured out on how we're going to operate that. But that server will be open to Three Dudes members for sure. And I'm going to try to commit at least 1 day a week, if not 2 days a week, to be on that server. And it'll be an opportunity like Rockhound here, where members of Three Dudes can come in and basically join one of the dudes, if you will.
Right.
In a multiplayer and just have fun and hang out and chat and stuff.
Is there going to be a limit to the players that are allowed in?
Right now it's a 6-person server.
Okay.
They've had the server for a while, and when they've done various iterations of it, it's never been more than 6. But
okay.
For now, it's just a 6 slot server.
Cool.
So I think we're going to try to work out a schedule where somebody's going to be on it fairly regular during the week.
Nice.
Trying to figure out what day I might, or days I might try to schedule it up.
I want to watch some of his, one of his grass mowing videos today.
Did you see what I call the abomination?
I don't think I saw that when he was doing a couple other.
It's at
3 different mowers.
It's at 15 minutes.
I didn't think I see that one.
About 15 minutes into the video, he whips out his abomination.
Oh God, I don't think I watched all of it.
He even says that I call it an abomination. But it's the three mowers you can hook to the front.
Yeah.
And then he's got some limpkin thing, some blue limpkin frame thing that he then hooks up he hooks up 2 disc spines too. And then he goes on and shows the same limpkin frame hooked up to a bunch of tippers.
Oh, wow.
So he's got like 6 tippers he's toting behind a tractor. 2 rows of 3.
Wow.
He just has fun.
What it's all about, ain't it? Having fun.
All right, country girl. See you later.
Bye, country girl. Thanks for stopping by.
And she reminds me that for anybody that doesn't have Farm Sim that may be watching, which is probably like nobody in the stream, but anybody that happens to not have Farm Sim, Steam currently has 50% off for Farm Sim 17.
Cool.
If you're looking to buy a DLC, there's also some discounts on the DLCs currently.
Yeah, I'd like to get that coon pack myself, but can't do it right now.
Yeah, the coon pack is on sale. Let me look. I looked at it the other day. Let me see here. The coon pack is currently on sale for $10.04.
Wow.
33% off.
No doubt. That's good.
Farm Sim 17 is currently 50% off. It's $17.49.
Nice.
The Platinum expansion is 10% off. $17.99.
Alright, boss. Field 8's done.
Alright, well, Field 7 will be done in a few seconds. And then let's go cultivate.
Alright. Where'd we leave the bosses at?
The Colossus are over
field 2 area, aren't they?
They're field 22 and 24.
Oh yeah. All right. I'm gonna bring this one back to the trailer.
All right, bye, Henry. See you later.
See you later, Henry. Thanks for stopping by.
I'm really excited about the Platinum DLC because I want to see this new map.
Yeah.
I want to see what they've got as far as buildings and textures and things for South America.
Yeah.
Because I could see that could really enhance a map that was designed around you know, other, you know, like a Brazilian map or a or even possibly to some degree Nathan's Florida map.
Yeah.
You know, or a Southwest Texas. You know, like a map that was like Texas-Mexico border or something, maybe.
Right. That would be cool.
And they got a different cow. I saw in the video. It's kind of more of a beef cow, I think.
Oh heck.
I don't know. Maybe those cows also do milk. I don't know, but it's a cow that's got the big old thing under their neck.
Oh, I got it's kind of like a Black Angus. I think Black Angus has got that.
And of course, they got sugarcane as a crop, new crop.
Yes, I've seen that. I'd like to get that too.
And you know what that might do is that might allow us to that might allow you to actually have a well, you can't, I guess you won't be able to mod the DLC equipment, because I thought that might allow us to like you have hops on your map,
Right.
that might allow us to actually have a harvester that could realistically look like it harvests hops.
That'd be cool too.
Than having a you know, regular harvester.
Right. Well, I'd ask you to ride with me over to get the cloths, but my passenger door's stuck. Won't open up.
Well, I already jumped over to the cloths.
Oh, you took the easy way.
And just for Ed, I did some four-wheeling. Ed says you're going to love the coon pack.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. Farmer Klein's been telling me I need to get it.
You successfully you left your truck on.
I'm in my truck, sir.
No, the spreader.
Oh. That truck.
You gotta watch the help. They just leave trucks running everywhere. There.
Thank you, sir.
That's glance for the win. So I've used the 24 meter cultivator. I haven't used this one, so I thought I'd try this thing. It's got a weights in the front. Look at this thing. This thing's massive. Oh, it's like a dolly too.
Yeah. It's got a pivot point on it.
Alright, I'll meet you up at field 13.
I'll be there shortly, boss.
Alright, that's fine, Nathan. As long as you got that link that Rockhound put in there for you. We were talking about
check out Shy. He's really good, bud.
We were talking about the new Platinum DLC and how the the Southwest map might have some interesting things for map makers, possibly a map maker like yourself that could scrounge up some buildings and stuff off of the map that kind of gives you that I don't know what you would call it, just the general southern flair of South America and Central America that you kind of see sometimes through some of the architecture down in Florida and like down in southern Texas.
There you go. Alright, coming up behind you.
Alright, we're gonna... Whoa! It did not like to unfold where I just unfolded it.
Uh-oh.
I kind of did a little wiggle wobble thing.
Yeah, you kind of need to be in a clear spot on pretty level ground. Now with the terrain here, I'm not sure how it's going to float with the terrain.
Well, we're about to find out.
Yeah.
I see you way over there. I'm going to make a pass. You just, if you want to make a pass around beside me.
Yeah, I'll come up around, make the headland.
So who in chat doesn't have the Big Bud pack? Just curious, because this is one of the cultivators that comes in the Big Bud pack.
Yeah. The smaller one.
Yeah, well, there's a smaller. There's an 8 meter. Let's talk right. There's an 8 meter cultivator that also plows.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't use that one.
It's a culti plow. It's an 8 meter. It looks like this. I think it may even be a Bendar. But it has some ridiculous horsepower, like 600.
Oh, wow.
I think it might do fine, because looking at this, the way it's working, it looks like there's... Looks like both sections kind of are independent.
Articulated, yeah.
They're independent, so they're going up and down.
Cool.
Now, it would be even cooler if all 6 sections
were independent.
And they kind of floated. It doesn't look like they float. It just looks like 2 halves are floating.
Yeah.
But the good old Colossus here is pulling it good.
As you knew it would.
Well, I hoped. Now, like there's the big Seed Hawk, Cedar. Yeah. You could have a tractor that has the horsepower,
right,
and it's still not pull it.
Oh heck!
It's almost like they did something that basically makes it where you've got to have either some insane level of horsepower above what it says,
right,
or you got to use one of the 2 big buds. Because I think it's only got like a 500 horsepower requirement.
Right.
But I think I tried it with like this tractor and it wouldn't even budge. It just sat there. Ed says he thinks the bigger one has more segments that float independent.
I think you're right. I've used that one too. I tried to use that on Serenity Valley, but getting it around is
it's wide.
It's really wide. It's hard to get through. You can't go down the street with it. You got to go through the fields.
So yeah, since we have the Midwest Geo in, we're going to attempt to double crop this field. We're going to put oats in it, and then oats should come fairly early in summer as far as harvestable. And then we could put corn in it and double crop the field.
Nice.
So, and the whole reason we're putting oats in here is for the straw for the cows. The grain is just an added benefit. So that leaves me to ask chat, how many cows should we start with over here at the cow farm? I'm going to leave it up to you guys to come up with a number.
There you go.
And as long as it's a reasonable number, like don't say 5,000 or something simple, silly like that. As long as it's a reasonable number, then we'll go with it.
And try to keep them from dying off.
That's the thing. Well, I'll tell you something that I haven't released, but I've been working on. Is I've got a spreadsheet.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That I've posted in my Discord channel for those that are in that to test out and tell me if it's anywhere as close to accurate. But basically what this spreadsheet will tell you is it'll tell you how much the animals will need for a given season length for both your 3 days feeding and your full season feeding. And the purpose of the spreadsheet would be so that you could basically strategically plan out how much you would need.
Okay.
So there's a spot where in the spreadsheet you go in and you put in the number of cows, let's say, you're going to have. So Fabio says 50. Howie 1. Hey, welcome to chat, Howie.
130, 140.
He says Howie says 500. That's getting on the realm of maybe not so possible. Colby says 140, 130. Ed says to start with 100.
That's a reasonable number. 200 bag of hammers.
Alright.
Use a random number generator.
That'll probably get like 6. Alright, where are you at?
Just come around where we started.
Alright.
You ready to GPS this thing?
Yeah, I'm going to make a pass and I'll catch you on the return.
Alright.
Because if you got the cultivator down?
Yeah.
Yeah. I ran back here because this seemed like it was a straight line.
Okay.
Straight edge.
Yeah, I'm heading to you. I'm up behind you.
Right, so the way seasons work... Oh, this isn't even wide enough. Stop. How big is this thing?
Hit the auto.
This thing is 18.2. I did, and it's not big enough.
No, hey.
18.4 now. So the way seasons works is your animals will consume a fixed amount of food, water, and straw over the course of an entire season, regardless of the season length. So what that means is if you play 3-day seasons, you have to feed your animals everything they'll eat over spring at once.
Oh, heck.
So the shorter your season, the harder it will be to have big herds of animals. Okay? So one of the benefits of like a 24-day season is, in theory, it's going to be a lot easier to feed a larger herd, because one, you've got time to do it. And two,
Right.
the amount of food that they need every 3 days to stay alive is a lot lower. We're gonna butt heads here. Kyle says
Yeah,
50.
I tried to pick up your course, but
That's okay. No, you'll get it this time. So with 24-day seasons, do you got it?
Fix it too. Alright, I think I got it. I can't see my line for some reason.
Oh, because you hit F5, remember?
F5?
Yeah, before we started streaming, you hit F5 to see that trigger.
Yeah.
If you hit F5, you'll see the lines. So with 24-day seasons, there are 8 3-day increments. So you basically feed an 1/8 of what they need every 3 days for the entire season. With 24-day seasons. With 9-day seasons, you basically feed them 1/3 of what they need. All right, I'm going to skip one and go down to the next.
Yeah.
So this spreadsheet will hopefully be able to tell you, so you can plot out, well, if I want to have 50 cows, 50 cows are going to need this much grass, hay, and power food over the course of the entire summer, winter, fall, spring. So you can kind of get a general idea of how much stuff you're going to have to stockpile.
Right.
And then at some point later, let's see if we bang. Oh, we just clipped right through.
We got it.
At some point later, I want to add in information about crop yields and field sizes.
Okay.
To be where, okay, I need, let's say, 25,000 liters of corn. Or no, let's say I need 130,000 liters of corn for the next 4 seasons to feed my pigs.
Right.
Well, I need to know how much field I need to plant corn in order to get that yield in order to keep my pigs, right?
Right.
So for me right now, it's kind of a guessing game. I don't know. But if somewhere there's documented, I know somewhere there's a yield table.
Right.
If I can find that yield table, then I can kind of build in the logic to basically tell you, well, if you want to keep 50 pigs, then you're going to need to plant, let's say, you know, 7 hectares of corn or something. You know?
Yep. Right.
Right now, Fabio wants to know when I'm going to release the sheet. Right now, it's in testing because I just made it up this week, and on all of my games, I have no animals. Not because I don't keep animals; it's because all of my games I'm in spring, and I like to buy animals when they're cheap and not just buy them at the start. And I also like to have animals when I know I can care for them. So I've not been able to test it yet on myself. So I've asked some folks that are playing that I know are in a different stage of the game that they could basically tell me how accurate my numbers are. The numbers should be fairly accurate because I pulled them straight out of the seasons mod. But I tried to also predict the number of bales that you need, and that it starts getting a little wonky there.
Right.
With cows, because of course you've got power food, and power food you can feed at different ratios. And with cows, when you feed power food, some percentage of the power food goes into hay and straw, or hay and silage feed column.
Right.
So it gets a little muddied when you start trying to figure out, well, how many bales of hay am I going to need? Or how many bales of silage am I going to need? Fabio wants to know when...
do some testing.
Fabio wants to know when animals are cheap in seasons. So cows are the cheapest sometime in early spring or early summer. Sorry. So what I learned with our 6-day single-player seasons challenge was that cows are cheap on the 3rd day of summer, I think. Oh, no, they're early summer. The 2nd day of summer is, I think, when they're the cheapest. Oops, I gotta go down in a row.
Yup.
And they're like $3,700 or something, I think, when they're the cheapest. Sheep are the cheapest in either early or mid-autumn. And you can get a sheep for as low as $3,000 or $3,079, I think. And pigs are cheap sometime in autumn also. And if you get it right, you can get a pig for like $1,700.
Nice.
We're gonna stream for about another hour, Nathan. Once we get this field cultivated, we're gonna
Fertilize it again.
Fertilize it again, and then we're gonna run down the store, and we're gonna buy up some. We're gonna buy up 2 seeders, and we're gonna fill them with seed. That's gonna cost a fortune.
Yeah.
Fill them with fertilizer.
Well, if we're going to fertilize with the seeders, we don't need to fertilize again.
Oh, we only have 1 stage on now.
That's true. You're right.
If we do fertilize now, we'll get 2 stages, and then we'll have 3 once we seed.
There you go.
And then we won't have to touch the field.
We'll be ready to watch it grow. Sit back and watch it grow.
Well, we won't be sitting back. We got
Tell me I got to work, man.
we got lots to do. And something that I learned is because I've not actually planted real crops with seasons much.
Okay.
Most of my experience with seasons was with that single player challenge, and I just did grass.
Right.
And then on my 24-day Let's Play that I'm doing, I'm using the Wales Geo. So in the Wales Geo, you can't plant corn or soybeans past early summer.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I just thought that's how it was, but apparently with the Midwest Geo, you can plant soybeans up until the end of midsummer.
All right.
So we could theoretically be planting corn until day 8 of summer.
Nice.
And then we could plant soybeans until day 12.
Oh, heck.
No, day 18. 16. Day 16.
Gotcha.
I think I see 2 pieces of a fence down here and nothing else connected to it.
Well, maybe they're in the process of building it.
No, I see other parts of the fence. It's over here. It's on the other side of the ditch.
Uh-huh.
Over here to the left. So,
Oh, yeah.
so yeah, I think we could be planting soybeans on day 16 of summer, and hope that it is ready to harvest by late autumn.
Cool. Cruise control will not work. Why?
It works for me.
100.
Alright, so I'm gonna turn around and grab this last little bit, and then when you make your pass, we'll be done.
Okay. I need to take a quick break, and then I'll be back.
Alright.
When we get done. You gonna drive back to the store, or how are you gonna work this?
Well, if we use these tractors, we'll have to drive back to the store.
Let me put mine. I'll follow you real quick, and then I'll head on over there.
Well, we gotta fertilize first.
Oh, I gotta take oh, that's right. Gotta take a quick break.
Go.
Be right back, people.
Oh yeah, when it's folded, it's kind of like a dolly because it articulates, but when it's unfolded, it's stiff. I just noticed that. There you go. Thanks, Robert.
Alright, I'm back.
Alright, I'm taking a cultivator up to the cow farm.
Okay.
Just to drop it off. Swinging in the driveway at the house, and I'm just going to park it over here by the grain dump.
All right.
I'm going to drive this tractor back down to, yeah, I should have, where is that? There the trucks are. We're going off-roading again, Ed. I missed a turn, so I just dove into the ditch.
Uh-oh.
Well, I've only found one ditch I can't get out of.
Well, the claws can handle it.
It can't handle me driving into a drain culvert.
No, a nosedive?
Yeah, that was pretty, that was pretty hard.
What speed you got us? You set us back to 10 or are we at 15?
Oh, we're at 5.
We're at 5, okay. Oops. I took a turn.
Oh, you took the wrong turn too. Oh, here he comes.
I got this now.
I've got the Steam version, Nathan.
FS17?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the PC.
Just the regular download?
I actually bought the disc.
Oh, okay. So I saw that they're coming out with a version for the Nintendo Switch or whatever the new Nintendo is.
Oh heck!
So it'll be on, I guess, all three of the major platforms.
Cool.
I don't know. I'm a little concerned on how that might work because I hope that they don't end up with having to have like two different sets of console mods.
Yeah.
Yeah, because right now it's Xbox and PS4. You know, if it's on console, it's on both.
Right.
But with the way the Switch is architectured, where it could be like a traditional in-home console or it could be mobile.
Right.
I've got to wonder if maybe it's running on that. Maybe they need to do a whole lot of fancy stuff to make it work.
Yeah.
On that type of a platform, and if that's what has to happen, that maybe there's going to be console mods that don't work on the Switch, the Nintendo version, that work on the other stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm already fertilizing. You'll see.
Me too. Just started.
All right. You'll see I'm going the correct way this time.
Yes. Thank you.
This is the NASCAR way.
Yes. Left turn, Clyde.
Yep. So I think the seeder I'm going to use is a 22.5 meter.
That's that John Deere, right?
Yeah. So we should be able to pound this field out in about, what, 10 minutes?
Yeah, that's the
Hey, Spectre 51.
That's the one that's got the the articulated, right?
There's an air cart in the front.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can add me, Nathan. Honestly, I don't know what my Steam name is. And back to that spreadsheet I was talking about. When I do release it, it'll be posted over at PCSG. And probably 3 dudes. If I can figure out how to post it over there, that it will be decent.
Hello, Spectre 51.
Nathan, just send me a private YouTube message, and then I won't forget. Because if If I do what you suggest, I'll probably guarantee to forget before the stream's over. I remembered about 3 days later that I told somebody I would go back and review some chat messages after the stream ended.
And you didn't do it?
No, it took me 3 days to remember that. So obviously the chat messages were long gone after that.
Yep. Hello, HD Wrenching.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello, Eli.
Ah, Eli's back. He's usually early in the channel.
But he missed a little plot here in the cultivating.
I don't think I missed anything.
Okay.
We'll blame the field. Maybe there was a dip there.
Okay.
Oh, Eli had a football game.
Ah.
On a Saturday? I thought high school usually played Sunday or Friday nights. Friday Night Lights.
Oh, thank you. I hope you made some money when you sold it. I know I did. I think I walked out with almost $7 million after I sold everything. Started me a new fleet. I'm actually still playing it too.
That was your. Didn't you say that was basically your whole reason behind it was to give people plenty of starting money?
Yeah, either that or have plenty of vehicles to work the farm with.
I mean, you start them out with like 15 fields, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean you owned half the map already. I gave you the 4 harvesters, to get busy, and didn't you seasons you had a bunch of crops ready. So, and if you started with seasons, you still had a lot of work to do.
You had plenty of fields to work.
Yep.
There was there's either a map. It's either a map video that just came out that I just put out, or it's a map video that's coming out this week. But I recently did a map video where you start with like 2 fields.
Oh, hey.
And
uh-oh.
I see that. I'm not GPSing this. I'm just driving it. And I'm like, well, if you play this with seasons, there's no way you're going to be able to do that, because you'd take forever to get any crops and get any money,
right.
Because unless you added fields yourself,
right,
you wouldn't have anything to do. Or if you actually tried to play it through, you'd have to play through like 4 or 5 season years before you'd have any money to buy a bunch of stuff.
Playing field chicken, yeah. You didn't sell any of it, huh? I'm still playing it, and I have yet to purchase any more fields than what you get in the beginning.
Yep.
I have not bought one single field, because the 15 you get is plenty to keep you busy.
And they're decent sized fields.
Yeah, they are. I tried to, I didn't want to overkill it, and I wanted to have a variety of sizes, and I didn't want to plop down like 4 or 5 big giant fields.
Like a 600 hectare field on a 16x map?
That's crazy.
Well, it is.
It would take forever just to paint the dang thing in Giants Editor.
Yeah, I don't know how big the your paintbrush can be.
200. The slide bar only goes up to 50, but I've set mine to 200 before. hit 200 and hit enter, and it'll accept it.
That's how you put grass on the whole map at once. Just click.
Yeah,
All
pretty
right,
much.
the whole map is grass.
You know, earlier I was thinking about having my truck follow me while we work at night with the headlights on. I can see.
Well, you say that your John Deere has got 450 horsepower.
525.
525.
Yeah.
So it might be able to pull the seeder.
I'm sure it will. I'll use my John Deere if you don't mind.
No, that's fine. I might whip out a different tractor just for the sake of having a different tractor.
Yeah. I love the cloths, but maybe one of those Farmalls. You got a Farmall with enough horsepower?
No.
No?
Are you kidding me?
What about one of them Fords?
I don't think there's a Ford that big either. We'll look in the store here in a bit. Spectre says he sold the trucks and the tippers and kept all 8 of the Eustace Pharmer tractors.
Cool. My 2 favorite ones were the black ones right there at the main farm with the wide tires. I wanted to keep one of those.
Yeah, I kept one of them. Oh, there's a little patch we missed. Plowing, that's what you meant?
Yeah. Alright, you got that. Go ahead and shut this down. We're going to put these back by the truck.
Sure, since we'll just fill them up there for a while.
Yeah.
I'll let the truck's just straight ahead.
We cut through the field?
That's a ditch that I don't think this truck's going to get through. Now you could cut right here. Alright. So I'm on a teleport, and you can drive your truck if you want.
Alright.
Alright, let's take a look-see and figure out what tractor we might use here. Well, we play with the Steiger. It's definitely got the horsepower.
I just pulled a wheelie. That's cool.
I know. For some reason, when you get in your truck, it jumps me there too.
Yeah.
Because I was at the store, next thing I know, I'm in your truck, and your truck pulls away.
Raring to go, buddy.
Challenger, 500 horsepower. Let's see, the Farmalls, they get a whopping 81 horsepower.
No, that ain't gonna do it.
95 horsepower. Ford's 185, 125. No, none of these get over 200, it looks like, unless you can tweak them.
Oh, yeah. We can tweak anything.
Here's an 8R. What's this one got? 400. This one's not super well chipped like yours. That's 350. 280. Alright, well this is what we're going to have to use. I know, everyone's probably like, oh geez, man, I really hate to see you buy that.
You left my tractor running? No. Wow. Tractor was not running, but the exhaust was coming out.
There she is.
Nice.
That ought to get the job done.
That ought to get it done.
All right, let's buy our seeder. Dun da da da.
Triple wheels.
Is that big enough for you?
Holy criminy. Wow.
22.5 meters. All right, now.
This thing will even pull it.
It's rated for. Oh, this is only rated for 400 horsepower. You should pull it. All right. You know what? I should have used the buyable silo mod. Because I could have bought like a giant amount of seed and fertilizer.
We're going with oats, right?
Yeah. I got seed boxes over here.
Okay.
I gotta see if I can fill from them. Yeah, I can technically fill from it if I pick it up.
Oh, this. Yeah, you ain't gonna back this one up.
I'm just trying to catch up in chat here. Nathan says it's funny how basically him and Spectre are the chatty Cathy's in chat. Everyone else is just watching. That's pretty common. Oh, maybe this thing's full. Let me go see. Yep. Alright, I'm full of seed. Let me buy some fertilizer pallets. Alright, that should be enough. Seed. Oh, the fertilizer's on the other side. Hey, Duck Zorly, how are you doing? We were just commenting about how we were watching, some people were watching your videos, or your grass video the other day.
Yeah, I took a look at one of them. That's pretty cool.
Commenting on your monstrosity.
Yeah.
Your abomination.
Abomination.
And how you have managed to abomination the tippers too.
I didn't see that one, but I saw the grass. Oh, what did I do? Drop it? Yep.
Nathan says that he was going down I-75 the other day and saw two semis pulling two 9360R John Deeres.
Nice.
I think with 8 tires, I guess 2 on each side, so I guess they were duals. Let me know if you need more seed. These seed totes.
Get this other one in there.
These seed totes are awesome. They're $1,000 for. All right, this one's full. They're $1,000 for 1,600 liters of seed.
All right.
Now, technically, I think the big bags are better for fertilizer. Holy cow, I've got some headlights with this one. I'm probably lighting up half the town.
Cool. Like to be able to see. Hey, there's the moon.
Oh, is the moon out? Yeah, you see my headlights?
Oh, wow. We gotta be able to see pretty good with that.
What? I didn't unfold you. Alright, let's switch this to oat before I go and plant the wrong thing.
See how we looking here. Almost full.
Does this even do oat? Yeah, there's oat. Okay.
Yeah.
This tractor.
A little bit more seed.
This is the 9R from American Eagles Modding. While we're waiting on you to fill up your fertilizer, I'll show the duck Zorly.
I'm still working on seed, dude.
Okay. Where is it? Here it is. So we have it with steel tanks. And we got the 620 horsepower version. We can get it with singles, duals with weights, 800 duals with weights, 900 duals with weights, 22 duals, triples. I think we have the 30 triples. And we got the rain cap exhaust, because I like the clapper. There's the clapper. Then in here we can rotate. Now it doesn't rotate full, but it rotates partially, because in theory you would be driving with your left and looking over your right shoulder back at what you were working on, so your seat will rotate. Your seat will go backwards. We can do that to our wheel. We can telescope our wheel up a little bit. What else we got going on here? We don't need an armrest.
So how much you spend on seed and fertilizer?
They were $1,000 each.
That's right. That's right. Never mind.
I'm not a big fan of articulating tractors, but you know, I thought I'd show something other than the colossal. What are you doing?
I bumped into you.
I see
Am I
that.
strong? I moved your.
Yeah, you bumped the whole thing.
I just walked into the end of it.
No cup holders. Right there's 2 cup holders. Spectre, right there's 2 cup holders. You might have a couple cup holders if we put down the kiddie seat. All right, you ready?
All right. Yeah.
All right, let's see if we can figure out how to get out of town and not run into everything. Let's try the horn. There's the horn.
Trying to figure out how to close my thing back up.
In.
In. There it goes.
Yeah, there's a ton of tire options on this thing. Pretty much what I do is I've got a saved game that I just use for mod testing. It's got like $10 billion in it. And I'll throw a new mod in there and I'll lease it with every option possible and just take a look at it and figure out which one I like. We're not taking that road. That road's a long way. There's so many John Deere mods out there, Duck Zorly, that it's no doubt that your 9R is completely different than this 9R.
Excuse me.
The 9R that came with the map, I didn't like it. You're on rye, by the way.
Am I?
Yeah.
I must have switched it. Yeah, I hit R by mistake.
Glance for the win. I was up there and I saw you cycling and it said rye, fertilizer, rye, fertilizer. I'm like, that's not right.
I got oats up now, boss.
Yeah. Is it dark for you?
I can see pretty good with my headlights and your headlights.
Okay, I just turned my headlights off. It's not quite dark yet. Alright, Nathan, I'll see you later.
Take care, Nathan.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I do new videos every Tuesday and Thursday, so I've already got videos in the can, so to speak, for this week. So they will definitely be coming out. Now, I accidentally released 2 videos last Thursday. So one of those videos I'll be re-releasing this Tuesday. I had a video already ready for Thursday, and then on Tuesday West Coast came out, and I knew that map would be fairly popular, so I went ahead and worked up a video real quick and scheduled it for Thursday and forgot to reschedule the other one. But yes, there's more map videos coming. In fact, I've got 3 in the can, so 2 for this week and 1 for the following Tuesday are already done. And I might do a video on this 16X map that I just looked at. If I do a video on that one, that'll be coming out in 2 Thursdays. I think Delta Bravo Productions is going to do a multiplayer map tour of that map tomorrow at 1 p.m. Maybe worth checking out. So we got this seeder because it is almost as big as this one is, 22.5 meters. And the big Seed Hawk is 25.6 meters, but the Seed Hawk takes 640 horsepower and has an absolute ridiculous capacity on seed and fertilizer.
Yeah.
So this one is, you think you can see good enough to plant? Or you want to go to morning?
I'd rather go to morning. I don't want to mess up the field, but
All right.
I'd like to get it right.
All right, we'll go to morning. So I was thinking the other day, actually I was thinking this afternoon when I was mowing the grass, that it would be really cool. Let me see here. Where am I pointing? All right, this way is town. It would be really cool is if there would be a way with the custom night to give you that city glow.
Oh yeah.
You know, you're out here in the
horizon.
country, but if you look off towards where the town is or the city is, you know, you've got that little glow.
Over the horizon, yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. Pretty cool to have a little glow over there. When you look toward the town, you see it. If you look away from town, you don't see it.
That would probably drop the frames intensely. You've got lights lit up that bright.
Well, I wouldn't think light up the town that bright, because then you'd probably blind yourself when you went into town. But to just customize the night sky, if it would be even possible to put a glow over there, just to like brighten up the dark.
Yeah, I'm sure it could be possible.
Looks like the cedar is supposed to have some lights on it. Are those gauges? I think those are gauges. Those are. Yeah. I think these are supposed to be gauges.
Oh, you can't walk up the ladder? There you can.
There's no... Oh!
It's a big cedar. Big tanks.
Yeah, and it only holds about a third of what the big Seed Hawk does.
Right. Alright, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Loan interest? When did I have a loan?
You got a loan. You didn't borrow money, did you?
Apparently I never paid it off. So I think the consensus is that we'll maybe try to shoot for 100 cows.
Alright.
And we'll probably increase that. I guess at some point I could probably expand that document to factor in reproduction. You know, like if you start the year with 100 cows, at the end of the year you're going to have
oh yeah. Yeah.
this other number. So then when you're trying to figure out how much stuff you need to grow, you also should be factoring in your reproduction rates.
That would be very helpful.
That's the problem with me. Once I start breaking stuff down and breaking it down into numbers, I start thinking about other ways to break it down into numbers.
Right.
Because
once you start adding more cows, then you got to bring your other numbers up for your quantities.
Right. Because that's how I think. I just break things down into numbers.
Cool.
And I'm a firm believer that I can pretty much make any justification if I work on the numbers hard enough.
Right.
I can make the numbers match anything that I want it to make.
In theory, it should work.
Yeah. All right, 4 a.m. It should get light here soon. Early spring. This is the last day of early spring. Game day 9 will be mid-spring. All right, there we go. We're getting light. Right?
Come on, sunshine. $5:14. Come on, son. Come on up.
If this was summertime, we'd already have 2 hours of daylight in.
I know it.
There we go. Alright, that's good enough for me.
Roll on. I'll try and keep up.
Well, you don't think you'll be able to keep up?
Try.
I'm going 9 miles an hour. What are you going?
8, 9.
You're doing the same. I think I got these cedars from American Eagle Modding too, actually.
And I can't zoom out past the implement.
Huh?
The implement is so big, the cedar is so big, I can't zoom out past it. It's right there at the very edge as far as, and I got my camera zoomed out as far as I can on third person.
Oh, really? Your camera doesn't go out that far?
I can't see, I'm right at the back end of it. Can't see the ground that I'm planting behind me.
Oh, you're gonna have to fix your camera.
Yeah, I thought I had it set to zoom out 100%.
You can see my stream. I'm zoomed out.
Yeah.
I can see it. Now that gator I drive around in, when I do the map videos, that camera goes way out there.
Yeah, it might be the camera that's in the truck, in the mod.
Look at that sunrise with the moon.
There it is.
It's hard to. That's going to be hard to get old.
Awesome.
I don't think that's going to get old for a long time. I definitely cannot see it in cab. I will be missing spots like nothing.
Yeah.
So, for those of you that are still in chat that are chatting, because we all know that most people in watch streams don't type a single word, I would like to know, is there interest to see a 16x map in a map video?
As a
Let's
play series?
No,
or
as just one of my map videos.
First impression like video?
Yeah, because if there isn't that much interest, then I won't waste my time putting it together, because it's probably going to be like...
I'd like to jump into one to see what it looks like. I've never actually played a 16X myself.
Oh, it's ginormous. I mean, it is like 4 times bigger than a 4X.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
You'd never be able to get anything done. All your crops would wither.
Alright, see you later, Fabio.
Alright, Fabio, take care.
Kyle says, sure, what the heck, might as well.
Do it.
After all, it's not his time that I'm putting in.
You just gotta watch it, that's all. Please. Or link it. I'll look at myself. There you go. I would watch it too. I'd like to play one, like I said. I've never played a 16X.
Alright, well, I guess I'll try it out and see if I can't...
Put a link in there like you normally do so I can check it out.
I'll link it in Discord for you.
Okay.
Looks like this seeder cultivates at the same time it seeds.
It does.
So other than cultivating for the sake of getting another fertilized stage,
Right.
after it, we could just plant.
Gotcha. I'm able to see pretty good, so I'm going to go ahead and just let you get a little bit ahead of me there.
Spectre says he's heard that most 16X maps are not very detailed, and I would say that would probably be a correct statement, simply because there's just so much real estate that to get any level of detail in the map, you would be probably years adding trees and adding buildings and houses and roads.
All the roads alone would take forever.
You know, so yeah, this particular map, it doesn't have a lot of buildings in it. There are a few farms that really just have buildings that are kind of fairly spread out, because obviously you have plenty of real estate.
Right.
The roads are either dirt roads or I think there's a few of the pieced together roads.
Right.
Hey Robert, how you doing?
Hey Robert.
Or as we know him on other channels, Kiwi Rob. So guys, we're going to finish seeding this field, and then we are going to call it a night. Thank you everybody for
2 hour limit's about up, ain't it?
Thank you everybody for coming out and watching.
Definitely. Got a lot done tonight for sure.
We did. We hit. And we're a little ahead of our planting schedule. I wasn't really planning on seeding anything right now, but then I started to think after somebody asked the other day when we were going to put seed in the ground. I started thinking that, well, since we're playing the Midwest Geo, we could double crop if we put wheat or barley or oats or rye or one of those other crops in. And we needed straw for our cows anyway, so the goal is to double crop this field.
Kyle mentioned FS15. I never did play FS15. I played 13 and then 17. Never even had 15. And Bag of Hammers, you're welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, you can still jump on in.
Yeah.
Duck, it's fine. Will probably be another 10-15 minutes on this field. I'm going to go over here because it's more straight.
Alright.
Hey Gray Mantle, how are you doing?
Hello. How you doing, bud?
Poor Gray Mantle, he's been asking me some questions the last couple of days. Every map he wants to look at is a map that's not available.
Uh-huh.
And there was a question earlier about what I think of 16 maps. In general, I don't think there's much use for them. even in multiplayer environment, unless you have like 200 fields, the fields are going to be so huge that even if you had 16 players all harvesting the field, you're still going to be harvesting a field for hours on end. Yeah, there's most of the fields on this map that I'm looking at are in the neighborhood of like 60 to 100 hectares in size. And they're not that big in comparison to the map.
Just perfect for you to do a 3-day seasons challenge on, mate.
Oh yeah, 3 days at 15 times, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's Duck
G'day,
Zorly.
everyone.
How you doing, man?
How you doing, Rock? How you doing, Duck?
Yeah, good, boys.
How's Saturday treat you?
It's not Saturday, mate. It's Sunday over here.
Yeah.
Sunday afternoon.
Yeah,
Yeah. So no, Saturday was pretty good.
That's what I meant.
Sunday sucks because we're back to work tomorrow.
Yes,
I
yes,
hear you.
yes. But from what it sounded like last week, you were playing while at work.
Shh. Shh. I got a couple of hours in, I will admit. Yeah, yeah. Mainly just setting up the 3 Dudes multiplayer server actually on West Coast. So that's what I spend most of my time during the week on.
I think Spectre, was it Spectre 51 said he just joined over there? Somebody said they just joined over there in chat. I
Yeah.
forget.
I think it was Spectre.
Forget the name.
Join the multiplayer server or over at 3 Dudes.
He joined 3 Dudes.
Yeah, it could have been Spectre because Spectre just came onto my my YouTube channel this week. I think he's one of the guys from. I think he watches Canadian Rob as well, don't you, Spectre? I think you're still in chat. But yeah, there's a few other boys that are getting some interest, so hopefully we can finish getting West Coast set up on the multiplayer server and get a few of us on there and get some interest going in it.
I'm looking forward to coming in and checking that out.
Yeah, it'll be good. You just have to watch out when Eustace is on. That's when you have to decide whether you really want to stay on or not. But
oh,
yeah,
come on.
At the moment. Eustace and I have a great love-hate relationship. We like to stir each other a fair bit. So no, he's a top hand, Eustace. So no, wasn't you, Spectre? No, must be confused with someone else. Been a confuzzling week.
I'm no good with names.
Have to scroll up in chat to see who it was.
Grey Mantle loves the mod with the chains. That's from the mod contest. The winch. That is an excellent mod for anybody that's doing any tree work. Unless all you're doing is using the Scorpion King. Because you can cut your trees and delimb them in the forest, and then you hook that up and drag them out to some place where you actually can have the clearing and can work on them.
Yeah, I watched that video you put out on that. That was pretty neat.
As opposed to trying to cut them up and load them up, you know, in the middle of the woods with stumps all over the place. And
yeah.
The only use there is for forestry is just to clear a field so you got more grass.
that's it, right?
Yeah, I must admit, since you guys did the old guy farmers challenge, I did a bit of time with the old Ponzi. I did that on Pine Cove, and I think you may have seen a couple of screenshots I put up. I've done 1,500 trees or something now, so
You are seriously hardcore. You're hardcore on it.
well, I've done a fair bit lately, but yeah, no. So it's
1,500 trees.
not as bad as I thought it was. I had a lot of grass to clear, so I had lots more grass to mow. That's all it was.
That's
the fact that I'm trying to do a bale challenge on. I'm trying to catch up to Canadian Rob's 3,400 bales or something I think he's got. So that's one where I lost 1,000 bales, so I'm not very happy.
You opened the game and they were gone.
Yeah, I think it was just my food bar. I think I changed bale wrappers, different version. So it then went, nah, those bales aren't from that wrapper, so deleted. Then I changed back to the other mod, and nah, it was too late. They're gone. So anyway, it wasn't live stream, so it wasn't that embarrassing.
Yeah. I don't know how many trees I cut. I think it wasn't too many more than 1,500.
Yeah, you're about 1,800, I think. I seem to recall.
Oh, okay.
Thereabouts.
Well, what's another 300 after you've cut 15?
Well, that's right.
You know.
That's right. I mean, hey, look. I mean, between you and Jerry, you got me into cutting trees, and before that, only ever cut down 2 trees in farming sim out of my 1,600 hours. So if anything, you had an impact on me to at least try it.
Yeah. And the Mountain Valley map, that's what got Jerry into really doing any logging, because that map, you don't start with any fields, you got to clear your land.
Yeah,
And,
well, that's right. He was pretty much the same as me. I think he pretty much done no logging at all, like very little. I think he did some with farming sim 15, but obviously I haven't played any others other than 17. So yeah, I don't know. So you've had an impact on some of us, FK. It's all right. You're all good.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we're gonna go to cow pasture with them.
Oh, sure. Sure.
Take them back. Yeah, I use about half of my seed. Well, a little over half my fertilizer and about a third of my seed on that one field.
Yeah. Well, we bought these seeders. We're going to use them for the duration of our seeding. At some point, I'll buy an auto load trailer, and we'll load up a ton of pallets of fertilizer and seed.
There you go.
So I was noticing after I folded this up, the wheels were still spinning.
Oh, yeah.
Because I folded it up while I was still moving.
Oh, okay.
Then I let off the accelerator and they all stopped.
All right.
It's like they hit the brakes. So
Not a bad.
So do you like this?
Sorry,
Do you like this 9R better than the one you got? Oh, wait.
It's got a lot more detail on it.
Hold
a lot
on.
more options.
I gotta wash the tractor off.
Is there a place to wash around here?
Yeah, it's in this big lake across the street.
Oh, cool. Driving through the lake?
Yeah, I just took a little dink.
Don't look like you're getting clean, are you?
Yeah, I washed it off. Are you telling me it's not clean now? I mean, if you drive a tractor in the middle of the lake, it should get clean.
Well, I would argue if you drive your tractor in the middle of the lake like that, it won't be coming out of the other end of the lake.
Oh, I got a snorkel.
Not that big of a snorkel, you don't.
There you go. So I noticed when this thing was running, you could see the fan spinning in the motor. I don't know if you saw that.
Right. Well, this is a nice tractor.
Oh, look, now you're in it. I can't get in it. Turn it on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you see the fan belt?
Cool.
There's
It's definitely the one I have. It's got a lot more options. So
there's your
I
clapper.
Might have to track it down and do a mod review on that one.
Ah, okay. I see you moving the seat up and back in there.
Yeah, I gotta move back my long legs.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming out and watching the stream. Thanks, Duck Zorly, for coming out.
Oh yeah, thanks everybody.
You're always invited in voice chat if you see us streaming. It's all cool.
No worries, cheers, man.
Look,
time difference makes a big difference. So I mean, I'm
yeah, it does.
So.
It does.
But I'm always here watching. Always here watching out.
All right. So until next time, guys, we'll be back on this map on Tuesday. By the way. So until next time, guys, happy farming.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.